Thanks for staying with us. So we're having this conversation. Nyma was going to say something for the break.
So I was saying that KWAM could be made an influencer on this, an ambassador of this kind of to deter in a very celebratory way, because he's a celebrity and has more following and influence post consequence. So instead of waiving his 1 month, 6 months ban, because it was that 6 month ban was given pending investigation into the conduct of the pilot and some of the staff of ValueJet, as well as his own, which was visible in the video evidences that were relied on. They should have allowed the time pass out. You know, we're saying the same thing when the stampede happened in Oyo that involved Olori Naomi at the time, that yes, that they have detained her in custody, they are, you know, charging her for murder and all of that, does not mean that she's a criminal. And it didn't absolve her of organizing or being involved in the organization of that event that led to the stampede of those children. But we're talking lives. And so sometimes the quickness is the injustice, but that the leniency was given is not any injustice, depending on, because we like to look at it that depending on person per time is why the leniency was given. Leniency is part of justice system.
Okay.
Remorsefulness is rewarded sometimes, but this, the way it was carried out in KWAM's case would give people suspicion and lead people to reach anyhow conclusions on the part of...
Okay, I want to talk about this leniency for a moment, but I'm told I have a caller. Good morning. Thanks for calling. I think it's Jakub.
Yeah, good morning, Mariah.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Mariah, you see, yesterday, I said that there is a double standard to everything in this country. Now, I have been vindicated because I said yesterday that the way they deal with KWAM issue and then the way they deal with the lady question issue, they deal with them differently. Now, can you hear me?
Now I can.
You cannot hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that now you give somebody ban for 6 months, and then you turn around 360 degrees, and then you now give that person ambassador again. Now, I totally agree with Miriam, 1001%, because what is the message we are trying to pass to people around the globe? Now, somebody that you gave the way he did, and then you give that kind of person ambassador, for God's sake. So you are telling us that you can reward bad behavior. There are some people that did something that is very nice and good in this country, they will never be rewarded. Now, somebody that wants to stop playing with hand, and then you give that kind of person ambassador on what basis? So what I'm trying to say, see, somebody like us support this government. I always said this. We are not supporting this government blindfoldedly, because we support this government because we know that they can do better than the previous government. Now, whatever they did, we have the opportunity to pour our mouth out and let them know that they are not doing the right thing. On this kind of a situation that they are doing the wrong thing, it is not good at all. And then the lady in question should be able to get a lawyer, a son, but for that matter.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Jakub. I wanted to talk about this issue of leniency, which you said is recognized by the law. And the minister himself said that that KWAM publicly demonstrated penitence, remorse, apologized. And because of that, they had reconsidered. And in a country where people don't trust the government, we have weak systems, people just believe everything government works against the populace. This is the time where we need to strengthen our system such that even though leniency is recognized, because we are trying to buy back trust, we're trying to buy back confidence in governance, because that is the full picture. That's the end goal. This is what I'm still saying, where the behavior of this, what they call them, this your land people, this your real estate people. That as much as I understand certain things is how it is recognized. The bigger picture, the bigger elephant in the room is that we need Nigerians to believe in a system. We need Nigerians to trust in the system. And for us to achieve that, when an opportunity like this comes, the system must be seen to be blindfolded such that we carry out the law to its full course. So that Nigerians can say, okay, I see a KWAM carrying dustbin and brush. I be there in the airport once a week because he's doing community service. I am seeing KWAM sweeping the floor because of what? Because I am trying to build a system to let the young Nigerian who is 16 years old say, this is a country I'm building for you. Because where we are right now, we don't trust government. So when these opportunities arise, government is not time for you to start saying, leniency, he's remorseful. This is the time to buy it.
Yeah.
So you have lost an opportunity to tell Nigerians that you are investing in their future. That's how I see it.
Thank you.
That's how most people
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I agree with you completely. But let me just make a case for leniency. I feel that when people show remorse, it's okay to, just tamper justice with mercy. And of course, also it depends on the case itself and also depends on the individual. Now, unfortunately, I will use KWAM because that's what we're discussing. The reason he gets some form of leniency is because he has built, let me say, a bank on the side of, he's a
self-recognition.
Yes, self-recognition. He has contributed to community, to our image. The fact that he's a musician, globally recognized, and he has brought some form of respect based on what he's done for our country. So he's built that bank, on the good side. On the bad side, he has done something. So I can understand why some group of people can get some form of leniency. Not total forgiveness, but some form of leniency. And that way, we encourage people to always aim to do better beyond themselves, for their community, for their country, for the greater good. Because what happens is, people like that, when they make mistakes, we look at, but they've done so well. They've done so good. This must clearly be a mistake. So I understand leniency. What I do not get, and no matter what you say, what I do not get is rewarding the bad behavior. What I expect, right? If it's a country that, they decide to think, he cannot be ambassador, except we don't know what an ambassador means. An ambassador is someone that's supposed to represent you. You say, this person that you see him, this is who we are. He's our spokesperson. The way he talks, the way he behaves, that is how we behave. That is what you are telling the world. So if you make him an ambassador, you're saying the way he carried himself, the way he conducted himself the other day, that is how we conduct ourselves. We agree with it, and that is what we're saying. That is why he's representing us. But we know that that's not what we're saying. He has not conducted himself properly in that instance. Instead, he should be made to do something to show the remorse. So beyond just saying, I'm sorry, what other things can he do? Especially given the platform that he has and the influence that he has. What is wrong with him making a video? So that every time you get on a plane and the screens come up, it shows KWAM saying, don't behave like me. This and this and this and this and this are the things that that can do. Behave yourself properly. These are these. Please follow instructions. Don't do this. Don't do this. I know better than anyone. Imagine how far-reaching that will be. But to not carry ambassador and just drop it because ambassador means nothing to us. We don't even understand the meaning of the things that we're doing.
So I don't sound...
the details of his ambassadorial deal has not come out. So it might be that because I listen to
just in case that somebody is speaking about it, please, this is how I feel about it.
Wait, me, it's not bias, but I'm a KWAM fan.
Yes, we understand. It's fine.
So on Sunday or Saturday, he was at the coronation, 10th anniversary of the coronation of the Ayongore. That's the king of Ikorodu, the Oba of Ikorodu, and he used that entire platform as opposed to praise singing to appeal on his misactions.
He apologized again publicly.
He apologized entirely in the entire song. So I used that sound to do a post, and I listened to it over and over. And because there was something he kept saying. I was saying when you have privilege, carry it with class. He kept saying, yes. So he knew.
He understands.
He understands that he was privileged, but he didn't carry it with a certain. He wasn't careful. Yes. And so I'm not making this case as if he has not sat with the people who decided. I would like to see the post details of this phase. This was not how other people is being compared to now carry themselves.
Okay.
The Naira Marleys of yesterday and all of those ones that we're comparing. These ones are...
I can't even believe that.
In his entire career, which one of these instances do you want to cite except for the Ganusi was talking to their fans? You know?
Okay,
so if he says he's sorry, I want to believe he truly was.
The same way Bill Cosby
he wrote an apology.
The same way Puff Daddy was sorry. I mean, these are people that also they have it. I'm just saying. I know they're apples and oranges. I know, but I'm saying that bank you're talking about, Bill Cosby built it over the years. So it's not. Sometimes about you have that credibility.
That was double-sided.
Yeah.
You know, because we had two lives.
Yeah.
KWAM, in his own rights, felt he was provoked, he was maltreated. Then he brought his class. You know, to compare it to
allegedly.
Okay, let me take this call. Then we're going to break. Tunde is calling back. I think he called earlier. Good morning, Tunde. You're live.
Yeah. Good morning, Morayo, Miriam, Nyma. I agree with what Miriam was saying.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
I agree with what Miriam was saying.
Yes.
You know, Nigeria will always be backwards. Why do we celebrate bad things? Imagine what R. Kelly did in the US. Imagine he's in Nigeria. He will go scot-free. No matter how popularity, nobody's bigger than any country. Wasiu supposed to face the consequences of what he did. That's the terrorism act. If he's in Europe, he won't go home that day. He'll be handcuffed straight to psychiatric hospital, then to the prison. You know, we are celebrating bad things. This country is a fake country. I'm sorry to say that.
It's not.
It's a fake country.
We are working hard. We are working hard. So we are trying to make it better.
Some of us are proud Nigerians.
With all this impunity go around and everywhere, we're not laying a good foundation for the upcoming young people.
Okay.
That's why you see a lot of people doing rituals.
Let's bring the Nigerian-ness. Tunde, thank you very much for coming. We have to go on a break. Okay, let me go on a good break. When I come back, we wanted to bring in another angle. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to wrap up on this common Kwantu story. Number 2 is going to jump in here.
Yeah, so I want to say that let's be realistic. They are just trying very hard to make sure that he doesn't feel bad with what he has done. They know that he has done something very, very wrong. And so they are really trying. So it's obvious what he has done. So they are trying so hard, to make him feel good, so they don't hurt him much. At the same time, that's why they are still revisiting the case and trying to bring it low so he doesn't feel hot. So that's why they're trying to make him an ambassador.
I didn't know
and
that
just to compensate. So they can just compensate him with that. But at the end of the day, because all these things people are saying, we don't have the resources to do that, like imprimand him and tell him to do community service and all of that. How will you say a whole KWAM to go and start cleaning and all of that? But they will not let him do it because he's quote unquote a celebrity and somebody well known and everything.
So I agree with what the details of a community service and how timing and all of that is wrong. So if, for instance, the details of this leniency given comes out and it shows that he was told to sweep, he's supposed to carry a placard saying don't be like me and all of that, and all of those details are made public. You understand? Post the event, they are attaching this behavior to his name and brand to deter people. That's what I see here. But we are running around with the term as if it was being rewarded.
But maybe not now.
It might be for a deterrence. That's on one side. My point is that they are giving him this. They mix these two cases that are very separate. Yeah, the gravity of what KWAM did is not comparable to what Ms. Emerson did. It's more grievous than what she did, and they should have been separated. Is 1 year ban or lifetime ban, whatever details of it should be more grievous. Yes. When it is done and they want to be lenient with him, they can go on and make him the face of the behavior and the deterrence of it.
After which
is still an ambassadorial, whether negative or positive.
Okay. Don't make him an ambassador.
No, leave English. It's English you are speaking.
But that's
pidgin. He's made the face of that behavior. Nobody who sees somebody in front of a plane trying to do like this that will not remember him. Yeah. Superman.
Videos, everything.
They gave him a lot of title. And I am not Yoruba. For those I saw comments, I just learned his song because I live with a Yoruba aunt of mine and I enjoy his song. I understand him. I'm only saying that when you built a good name, and one instance that you gave, the example of Women said, and your one instance could bring entire lifetime achievement down. Yeah. Whatever reason the court will look at. People go to court and get bail on self-recognition. It's because they have a bank of
credibility. Okay. Yes, I was just going to say, I remember when we were much younger, Naomi Campbell, who is a well-known global model, she was taken to court by a staff of hers. The staff had accused her of throwing, Naomi Campbell threw her phone at her staff. And she took her to court and won the case. They gave Naomi Campbell, they didn't lock her up, but they gave her community service. She showed up for, I think it was a whole month of that community service. Reporters taking pictures of her, and she would go and she cleaned up, you know. Yeah. And at that time, at that age, she was known for just her erratic behavior. Yeah. Even though she was doing so much that she was bringing global recognition to our country or whatever, she also was behaving badly. Yeah. And over the years, she has worked, you know, reworked her image. She's a better person. But when she did something wrong, did she get the punishment for it? No matter how well, you know, credible or whatever credibility she has built, she did. And that's what I want us to do. When we do that, what it means that our younger ones, they will grow up to be more careful, circumspect with how they carry themselves. Which is where even what that happened with Emerson would not happen on the other side, because they know that bad behavior would get punished. So that's all we're asking.
For me is the bigger picture in this whole thing. And I don't want to sound hypocritical, because in my own private personal case recently, which I shared with you guys, you know, where the person who was caught, who caused my accident, the police was able to prosecute. And being the Nigerian that I am, the boy was crying, every family was crying, and I'm like, he doesn't have a criminal record, just a mechanic that just made a foolish mistake. I could have died easily. I would have run off. Yeah. But as a Nigerian, I'm being lenient. I was begging.
Please, can we discuss what we even discussed?
I was begging.
When we talked about it.
I was begging. I was begging that because he doesn't have a criminal record. He's just a hard-working Nigerian man. Mechanic, damn good mechanic, very good. But he did that thing and ran off. So now that he was caught, because the police investigators have caught him, and they're taking him to jail, and I'm there seeing him, and I'm like begging. So now, unfortunately, I am not allowing the system to work, because the police was warning me that, Madam, you are stopping the system from working.
In criminal system, there's only one way to see it. Charge him to court, let the court decide.
So that is being done.
But you can withdraw charges.
That's what I'm trying to do, but they're encouraging me not to, although of course I'm going to.
Yes. You can withdraw charges and enter a settlement that still deters the conduct. Which was what I advised privately.
Which is what we are trying to do privately. To say, okay, please let me, I'm withdrawing. We can now do those things. But it's part of understanding, allowing the system to function, such that even though we want to be lenient, but remembering that we must always remind criminals that when you do wrong, you will be punished by the law. And I think that's very, very crucial in this case. And every government official, when you see an opportunity like this, to reiterate that, take it.
Did you see the inventory of all our politicians and political leaders who have done the same conduct? There's nobody, there's no region that the thing did not affect.
Let us go on a short break. That's all we can take on this. Hopefully we won't have to revisit this matter again tomorrow.
Unless they make him the president.
A short break. When we come back, we bring in our guest for today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You know that this is our...
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.